Hello everybody, my name is Jeremy and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be discussing Project Runway Season 16, Episode 3. I had to think where I was right now. I'm going to jump right into this. Heidi and Tim were so freaking cute at the very beginning of the episode, dancing around. I'm liking kind of more of the backstage type of stuff that we're seeing this season. It kind of like livens the show a bit, especially after following such a strict formula for so long. I like that they're kind of like loosening up and pulling back a little bit. The challenge was to create like a dance piece inspired by movement and inspired by the upcoming film Leap, which can we talk about that for a second? Because I'm pretty sure it's DreamWorks. And they totally, I do not like Frozen. I will say, I put that out there. But the thing I dislike the most is when people take other people's concepts and ideas and try to make it their own. And the color palette for two of the main characters are literally the exact same color palette for Anna and Elsa, and the guy looks suspiciously like Sven. Not Sven. That's the reindeer. Or is it? I don't know. The guy. Kristoff! That's his name. I just needed to put that out there. Sorry. So I'm just gonna go straight to the runway. The only thing I'm gonna speak about before I get to the runway is Deontay sliced his finger with his needle, and that is like my worst fear every time I'm sewing. I have like a junky sewing station, so like there's no chance of that happening because the space is too small underneath the foot and where the needle goes down for my finger to get caught under there. But it's literally my worst fear. Every time I'm like changing a needle or anything, that like the machine's gonna go like rampant and like go right through my finger. That was the worst thing I've ever seen on a reality show, because it was like I could feel it, and it was like my worst fears realized. I feel so bad for him. I hope he was severely compensated. Also, Cousin I snatched his model's weave. She didn't pin it, she didn't glue it down, she didn't even take the tag out. That bitch just got that weave, and he snatched it right off her head. Kenya was probably the most disappointing to me because I really like her design aesthetic. I love what she's done so far in the competition, but that fabric was, it was not doing it for me. I think it was like a chevroning. I'm not really sure it was like. It was just not my favorite. I didn't like the way that it was designed. I didn't like the fabric at all. So like, she was the most disappointing to me. Margarita's was originally very cool. I loved the design that she had come up with, but the end result I was not a huge fan of. I thought the top was fun. The skirt was fun, but I thought it was too simple. But then the thing that killed it for me was the Pinocchio hat. I don't even know what was going on with that hat. What was that hat? Deontay was another one who was very disappointing this episode because I've really liked him so far. He and Kenya, I've been rooting for them since episode 1. And this episode, it was just, like, not good. That dress wasn't very good, and then the textile was terrible. That swampy ass green was disgusting. It looked like Shrek mucus. It was nasty. I didn't want to see it. I wanted it to go away. I wanted it to go far away. I didn't think that he should be eliminated because he's been so fantastic, but I did not like that outfit. But the needle went through his finger, so like I can give him a pass on the construction. I can give him this much of a pass on the construction. But the fabric that he chose, you can't blame that on anything other than bad taste. Cousin I is the one who's out, and I'm like not disappointed at all. The fabric choices were horrendous. It was like just really ugly colors. The pink looked like Pepto-Bismol. And do y'all remember the parachute challenge? I think it was like season 11 or 12 where they had to create an outfit. It was the very first episode. They had to create an outfit out of a parachute. That's what it looked like. Except it looked like he just took the parachute, put it on his model, and like, it was horrendous. Ayana's was very cool. I thought it bordered a little bit on costumey for like a dance recital, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Like, I don't dislike costuming clothes, but when it comes to the judges, they want to see high fashion, and like, maybe costuming works, you know, on a really spectacular runway where everything is really high polished, and then you have this like super campy costumey outfit. Like, then it could work kind of in a collection. Like, look, here's something fun in a collection that's kind of serious. But when you're competing for hundreds of thousands of dollars and prizes, like, you have to be giving your A game, and I think that she's really fierce, and I think she's a very strong contender for the top. And I worry, and I didn't think that this was enough, especially coming off of a previous win. She needed to do something even bigger. Once again, Sean and Claire have made super basic outfits. I have nothing positive to say other than they created them. And I wish that Sean had been in the bottom again, because I'm just not feeling her fashion. Botany was my personal favorite this episode. I really loved that really horrendous fabric choice. Like, ugly fabric just kind of gives me like a boner in my heart. Like, it makes me so happy to see ugly fabric like that. And it was so ugly, but it was fun. It was fun ugly. It was fun glee is what you could call it. And I really liked the concept that she did. It really had a wow factor. I just wish that there had been a focal point. That was the only thing that I didn't love, was I wish there was a focal point with the dress. Like, maybe it had been a little more simple, so then the wings really would have stood out. I didn't love that the whole dress was of that fabric, but I still loved it, and I personally pinned her as my win. Okay, let's talk about Brandon. Because in the previous episode review, I talked about how I'm getting bored of the oversized thing. And again, this is another oversized outfit. And he made his model super bulky and made her instantly gain like 7 sizes. The layering was really weird on the outfit. The detailing at the ends with the loops were pretty interesting, but I didn't think that it made up for the outfit on a whole. I didn't love it. And I get that oversized is his thing. I get that that's like something that he responds well to and that he works well with because he's a menswear designer. I love the idea of menswear in women's wear. Like, I don't have any problem with that. I'm just tired of not seeing variety and only seeing one thing from him, and that's all we're getting. And I just want something super fitted, super sleek, and just beautiful. And I did not agree with him winning. I didn't think the fabric was that interesting, and I didn't think the outfit was that interesting. And, like, the judges must have been on some good shit this week to be like, oh, wow, that's the winner. Like, especially seeing Botany's up close. Like, I mean, I get with the metallic fabric that she had, it was a little distracting, whatever. But, like, Brandon winning, really? Like, come on. And you know what? If his first 2 outfits hadn't been so balloony, I don't think that I would be as upset with him winning. I would still be bummed that Botany didn't win. But I'm especially upset because it's like the same silhouette every time. And other designers have relied on the same silhouette. Like, Ashley did that. Anya did that. There are certain designers that just stick to a formula and basically recreate that same thing again and again. And that works, but, I mean, when you're gonna win several $100,000, a car, and $40,000 worth of sewing stuff, plus like some erasable markers and like makeup for your models for a year. Like, those are all some pretty fantastic prizes. Like, I want you to push the boundaries and show me that you can do everything and that you deserve all that money. You know what I mean? I mean, not saying that Brandon's gonna make it to top 4 necessarily, but if he does, it's like, but you just made the same thing like weeks in a row. So if he makes another one, I'm going to be very upset. Cuds and I is out, which I'm not mad about. I really didn't like that outfit. I also really didn't like Deonte's outfit, but I don't think he deserved to go home because he's been doing so well. So hopefully he can pull out of that. Because a lot of times when you're in the bottom, you kind of stay in that mindset, like with Sean. And you stay in that, like, and you ruminate on that. And you don't allow yourself to blossom because you're so worried about being in the bottom again that you kind of just get stuck. So hopefully he doesn't get stuck in that ugly swamp green and can pull himself out and do something really fantastic. Our next episode, we got a pretty long preview for. I was actually kind of surprised how long that preview was. It's to create sleepwear for Heidi Klum's Intimates collection. But the twist is that they have to create their own textile, which is insanity. This is going to be one of those challenges that Brandon's going to do really well at because he's very good at creating a textile. And I don't remember who did the braiding in the unconventional challenge, but they're going to do pretty well too because you need a lot of creativity. I personally am a little worried about Ayana because she does modesty, and to do sleepwear, like, you can do modesty, but the judges may look and be like, so this is supposed to be sleepwear and like kind of intimates, like, but I just hope the judges get it. and that Ayana does something really fierce, because I think she's got it in her. She can do it. So as usual, let me know what you thought of this episode. What were your favorite looks on the runway? Put those in the comments below, and if you agree or disagree with Cudz and I going home. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!